Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It is Wednesday at 7, now 01. How are you? I'm just gonna finish getting everything set up and see how things are going. Okay. I think we're on track. I hope, right? So how are you tonight? There's a few on with me. Comment, say hello. All right, I'm not up to full speed yet. I'm at like 90%, but I still have this little bit of that stupid cough from that cold last week. Ugh. So, if I cough a little, it's just what it is. Hey Lise, hey Pam, how are you guys? So I have to tell you, today is, can anybody guess? Anybody? 16 years. Today. 16 years I've been doing Stampin' Up. So, I have to show you. Normally I don't do this, but hold on a second. My comments are not scrolling with me for some reason. I don't know what's up. You know, fun stuff. So, Diane sent me anniversary stuff. So this gorgeous box. I already posted about it, so it's okay. And then this, is this called a pop-up card? I'm trying to remember. Anyways, so this cute pop-up card with happy anniversary in it. And all little reasons why you're doing it, you know, all that fun stuff. So I thought it was super cute. I gotta call her tomorrow. See, not completely 100%, but so much better than last week. Alrighty. So, anyways, what else do I have for you? Nature's Prints. Okay, what is this? This is the stamp set of choice for the August online craft class, and the deadline to get the class for $7, technically free, but just pay shipping. $7. If you order the stamp set, that deadline is coming up Monday, believe it or not, at noon. Normally it'd be the 31st, but 31st is a Sunday, so backed it up for ya. So if you're interested, there you go. Okay, if you're on team, email me product order of either Nature's Prints or equivalent order. I think it's $25 set. Okay, what else? Sunflowers, sweet sunflowers, if you can read backwards. Sorry, it's mirror image. But that is the paper pumpkin kit for this month. Looks gorgeous. I have not seen it, but I've got some preview stuff, and the coordinating colors are all the colors we like. Blackberry Bliss, of course, but all the fall kind of colors. Crush Curry, Mossy Meadow, all those kind of colors. So, next, Club. So these are the 3 choice of, you can choose one of the 3 for Club. So this is the red and white glitter or glimmer paper. This is the puff, snow puff, I believe it is, paint that puffs up after you heat it with the heat tool, and then some natural twine. Just want to remind you guys, because it's all coming up. That's why. Do I have anything else? No, let's create, right? I've got like 5 different things to show you tonight. So if you don't already have your drink, get one. So Iris, why do I use this one? Because I tried the new cup and it doesn't fit in my cup holder as well in my truck. There you go. That's why you still use this one. I use that one, the other one, for the hot stuff. But obviously right now we're not doing too much hot stuff, are we? So, all right. So let's flip this around and flip it to the other side, and then we're going to get to creating, okay? So let's see if I can do this efficiently. I sure hope so. I can't always do it. Sometimes it flails badly. Well, it's not completely lined up, but we will get there in like 2 GIFs, right? So what do I gotta do? Besides create miracles here, right? Okay. All right, give me 2 seconds to adjust. That's loose. Sorry for bouncing. Are we about even? Not quite. Okay. Sorry, I didn't adjust beforehand. I was pretty close though. So, all right. So for tonight, hey Pen, how are you? In case you missed, tonight is Sweet 16. Tonight is 16th anniversary. Signed up today in 06. Alrighty, so for tonight, on page 128, number 3, Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. That is what I'm playing with tonight, along with some other stuff, but that is the focus. If you go to 129, the spritzer is also in there, and then blending brushes, and it keeps going, right? So, 128, 129. So, there you go, okay? Some days I cannot believe it's been 16 years, but other days I look and go, Tara's 20. And I started the summer before kindergarten. I feel old. So, alright, so for tonight, I gotta get this straightened out, of course, right? So here's the codes if you need a screenshot. SXWEJB9D, that is for the August with the Nature's Prints. That's the August online class code. Man, too many C's in there. And then this QKAUMCGY, that is for club if you want the bonuses, okay? All right, for tonight. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so we've got these decorative masks, artistic mix decorative masks. And okay, so what started this whole thing on the techniques? Honestly, the instructions, I actually read them. Can you believe it? And it said, it's so easy. Just place the mask over cardstock, fabric, or other material and add a little color. By the way, if you do it over wood, it tends to bleed unless you seal it first. Just FYI for you. But you can spritz, sponge, trace, emboss, or add texture with the paste. I don't have any of the paste right now. And it dries out pretty quick, so unless you're intending to use it. So anyways, so I thought, all these different ways. Do I know any other ways? And then that got to me to thinking, and you understand where that goes, right? So, hey Serene, how are you? Hey Lise, yes. It is a happy anniversary, and it's changed over the years, hasn't it? We've gone from full-blown parties to contests to, you know, just celebrating quietly to, I mean, like, you name it, it's happened. So, I'm going to stack all this to the side so we can get to creating. I need to focus. So in this mask set, we have the cutouts for these two. This looks like lips to me, but anyways. And then we've got some flowers. I'm going to call them flowers. You can call them medallions. You could call them all kinds of stuff. It's up to you. And then 2 pieces of geometric, or if you put them together, maybe plaid, right? Since I'm married to a piper. Can we get directions from Diane for the popcorn? Nope. I'm not doing directions for that. If you look it up on Pinterest, I'm sure you can find it. So I have done it in the past. So I don't know on YouTube, on my channel, if it'll show up you can look there, but nope, not doing directions for it. So, but it's definitely on Pinterest. So, so the mask is there. Let's see, and this is the last one. I call this my like Eastern European medallion tiled, I don't know. It just reminds me of tile that my great aunt had in her kitchen. So, yes, dear. So, okay. So, these are some samples I did just ahead of the game, right? So, this is done with a blending brush, and it was overlaid, and I really didn't like how the colors went together. But you still get an idea. And then I actually did masking paper and stuck the cutout down, so that way there was a space to put words. Obviously, I haven't finished it yet. We'll get there though. And then this one, I tried to double layer, and honestly, I stopped doing it because it made me dizzy. So, yeah. Okay. This one I simply traced it out and then didn't pay attention to here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. I'll probably put a flower there or something, but that's okay. And then this last one is simply spritzed and then let dry, and then I dabbed it with paper towel to help it dry. So we're gonna just get going, right? So what I have, we're gonna be playing with Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis tonight. So I have 5 mats. I need to cut them down because they're a little bigger than I want. And then I have watercolor paper, okay? I have our watercolor paper, which I need to trim down the size. And then I have 5, we'll see if I finish, I don't know. But I have 1, 2, I'm like, I hope it was 5 thick basic white cardstock pieces. These are cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. Okay. So I need to get all this cleaned up. And then on the side I have the hippos and I have the masking paper out because I'm going to need that later. And then of course my paper trimmer, right? Because we got to cut this stuff down. So, okay. So we're gonna see how many of these we can do. How sharp my blade is, right? Okay. Oh, and then I have the 2022 to 24 in color matte decorative dots. Well, at least most of them. Okay. So paper trimmer. Let's do the watercolor paper first. Now this, because it's very fibrous, you only want to do 1 at a time. You do not want to do more than 1 at a time, because if you do, you're gonna have that ragged edge and then you got your nail file coming out and it's just not pretty. So, all right, so this is 5 inches across by, you know what, I have this right here. 5 inches and 5 by 7 is what this measures, if I could say this correctly. So I'm gonna go 3 1/2. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this off a little bit. So if it's 3 1/2, that's 3/4 in. So I need to go 4 3/4. Okay, and okay. So we're gonna go. This should be 3 1/2, and this should be 4 3/4. Okay. Okay. And I'm just gonna trim them all down because I'm gonna need them, right? So we're just assembly line as much as you can to get it out of the way and done. Okay. So there's 3 1/2. And then this is another 5, but we're gonna do 4 3/4 instead. Accurately, hopefully. See how fibrous this is? It doesn't even want to cut completely sometimes, but I have been doing a lot, so even though I just changed my blade like less than 2 weeks ago, it might be time. So they last about 200 cuts depending on what kind of paper. And some weeks, it lasts me months, it seems like, and other weeks, not at all. So, okay, so my mats I'm doing what Serena would call large mats. I call them outer mats on my instructions. They're 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I've got 3 here, which is why I swiped them a couple times. Okay, and then this stack has the 2. So this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So another tip for you, I have one of my demonstrator friends that actually keeps a bucket just for paper. I have to say I'm not that careful. Sometimes my my bucket has sunflower seed shells, and sometimes my bucket has an empty Coke can, and sometimes you understand me. So needless to say, you know, so what she does though is she takes the paper bucket and she jams it through her shredder and makes her own confetti to do filler for boxes and that kind of stuff. So there is no waste in her house. I, however, do not quite do the same. So, alrighty. So first things first. You ready? I need a silicone mat because I cannot afford to get my entire mat wet first off. So we're just gonna say it that way, huh? Alright, so okay. So first off, we're gonna do the spritzer thing. So pick your side. Now, this is the spritzer. What I've done already is I've done sweet sorbet in here. I've dropped about 8 drops in here. Okay, it was about double this earlier. So it was a little over half water, and then about 6 to 8 drops of the sweet sorbet just dripped in here and then lightly tossed around. You don't want to shake. Not so bad with water, but especially with alcohol, you do not want to shake because then you'll get air bubbles and you won't get consistent image. So that's the why. All right, so first one, ready? Simply spritz. Watch your thumb because I'm gonna have a pink thumb now. It's just that simple. Depending on how much color is how long I spray it. So before I pat down, I'm gonna get as much of the pink off as I can because this is the first one out, right? So I'm gonna lay this over, dab, dab, dab. And why am I doing this? To dry it more quickly, but why else? Because I want the design to be distinct, and if I've got water running all over the place, guess what's gonna happen? That image is not going to be there hardly. So you just, why am I tapping it with the spritzer bottle? Because I don't want my fingers to be all pink. It's just that simple. You can easily do whatever, but that was my easy fix for right at the moment, okay? And then these, I just put to the side. I love black tablecloths. Just put to the side, and then I throw them in the bottom of the kitchen sink and just rinse them real quick when I'm done. Okay, so that's that. See how it ran a tiny bit? Anyways, so there's that. Okay, got it. All right. I don't know if I will need that again, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side and dry. And that is really similar to that one, huh? But that is what one idea is, okay? And on we go with the spread. So next we have this guy, and this one, all right, I traced this one last time, so this time I'm gonna trace the other one just to be different, because you gotta be different, right? And then I'm gonna grab my masking paper, and I'm treating this much like tape. Okay, So I'm just cutting off a little piece, and I'm gonna peel. Make sure I have the sticky side that I'm gonna keep. And y'all say, why is she saying that? Why do you think I'm saying that? I've thrown it away several times. So I'm rolling this because it's not double-sided. And I'm sticking it to the back. Okay, good. And then I'm sticking it where I want it to be. Okay, and then I'm grabbing the fine tip side. Ew, I did this crooked. Of course I did, right? And the great thing about it is it's repositionable. So here we go. Okay, so I'm just grabbing here, and I am literally tracing around. Oh, that one side was not quite straight. My fault though. I didn't hold it down. Go figure, huh? And that's a water-based pen, so this can go into the sink just like everything else. Okay? And then you can keep that masking paper on the envelope or just chuck it. It's up to you. But there you go. Okay? Now let's get that hippo. And let's stamp her in gray this time. And we're going to be a little more careful so it doesn't overlap, right? So there's my hippo, my cute hippo. I love this set and this die set. Yes, it's $100 technically because you have to order 100 to get, right? So, but it is what it is. Okay. I do have to tell you guys inside scoop. And there's nothing in writing. There is nothing official. Okay? But I had a birdie tell me in one of my demo groups that somebody had spotted a draft of a flyer before they pulled it down this morning. Early. Probably like 1 in the morning early. And what happened? Supposedly there's a second release of Celebration coming out. Probably from the annual catalog like it was last time. But I just wanted to let you know that there might be some more coming out. If there's more coming out, hold on, I gotta reach for the block. If there's more coming out, of course I'll be the first to tell ya, right? Because that's not a good secret to keep. But I just wanted to let you know that there might be more coming. Okay? I don't know for a fact, but I wanted to tell you. All right, with the watercolor paper, because there's so many ridges in it. Oh, I did that nice and crooked, but that's okay. You want to hold it down a couple more seconds longer than you normally would do with cardstock because it really needs to get in there. Otherwise, you'll have that bumpy kind of texture. And half the time the words don't come out. So just hold it down there for a good like 5 seconds, okay? Just letting you know. Oh, and I got fingerprints on here. My goodness. Okay, so there's another idea to trace, okay? All right, what else do we have? Let's do this plaid thing, huh? This plaid thing, yes. That's what I'm choosing to call it. So I'm going to do Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to do Basic Gray for my 2. I'm going to do it a tiny bit differently than last time. I'm going to only use this one. And I think I'm going to do kind of like an ombre kind of effect. So we're going to start with the orchid because it's lighter. And I'm going to go top to bottom. And you're like, hey, there's nothing on there. It'll come. I promise it'll come. Because you won't be able to see it until I kind of lift. Do you see how that changes that? And then you're like, where'd it go? Yeah, I know. So if you want to hold this down with painter's tape, masking paper, washi tape, Post-it, somebody else, feel free, okay? But I'm just winging it and hoping that it stays put. Go figure, huh? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending that gray in. And we're going to really get the bottom down here. Probably should walk my hand up. Sorry if I'm blocking. I might be a little bit, but I don't know another way to do this. So, okay. So there's my plaid. Let me move it away from the background, right? So there's that one. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what other one. And then this one was kind of the same. Okay. So what I'm going to do last is I'm actually going to do a double. Okay. And I'll explain. Let me get new paper. We're going through this, aren't we? Got an edge to that. If you don't like rubbing your hand because you're scared of paper cuts, feel free to, you know, do else otherwise, but hey, you know. All right, so this one, I think I'm going to use this piece because we did the other on the other side, right? And I'm going to double this, okay? So what I'm going to do is hope to get this straight on here. Good luck, right? Okay. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. Oh, so much fun. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this last piece and I'm gonna double dip. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab here, and the middle, I'm like, should I do lighter or darker? What do you guys think? Lighter or darker? I'm gonna get a sip of water while I'm waiting for you guys, the comments to come in. Okay. So lighter or darker? Anybody care? So the outside is going to be the opposite. So the inside, if it's darker, the outside border is going to be lighter, and it's going to be opposite of what I've done. I hope you understand. I hope. So let's see here. Bring back my flowers, except it's not clean. Do I have? Yeah, I have a cloth. I can wipe it real quick. Okay. So, dark. Okay, got it. So we'll do dark. I just moved it. No. Oh, yeah. All right, let's start over. Ready? Okay. So this is the middle, hopefully. And then this is going to be over this. Okay. So this is going to be the darker one. And what we're going to do is start off. And we're going to do this. So this is double masking, okay? What this means is we're doing a negative and then we're doing a positive, okay? So that's the first one. Okay, get some of that dark off, okay? And then the second one, we're grabbing our masking paper that I just threw away, and we're sticking it on here. This is the cutout of this one. So we're gonna stick this down as close as I possibly can, okay? So there's that. You ready? And then we're gonna put this, I wiped it off, so hopefully there's not a lot of pink left on it, but hey, you know? And then we're going to do this in hopefully a lighter color. I don't have a different blending brush, so we'll see how it goes, but all right, so we're just going to go all around, and then towards the end, you want to pay special attention right to that middle area, because you want that line, that border, for lack of better terms, to really stick out. Whoa, that was so bad. It moved a lot. Okay, move. Okay. Okay. So going. And this is the one I'm gonna finish for sure. Okay. Oh, I got blurry down here. Oh, that's bad. You will tape it and it will be gorgeous. That's where my words are going. Or my gems or something. Ah, oh well. But do you understand the concept of the double and the double? So when you're using your mask, use all of them, right? So there you go on that concept. Oh my gosh, I have so many piles. All right, so there's that. And I'm looking for, I'm like, do I have a white piece that I could cut out that's within right here? Yeah. 1 second. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, okay? And we're going to do Love You a Ton because it's long, longer at least. If you don't want to put them completely away, just put them on the top of your box so you know where they are, okay? If you don't want to go in and out and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to grab here, okay? It's long for that set, but not as long as I would probably want, okay? So I'm gonna grab my trimmer. And I know I've shown this before, but it's been a while. So I'm going to show you how to do a pop-up banner real quick. Okay. So you just trim off for whatever you want. And I'm going to do my ends here. So I'm just cutting my dovetails, okay? And that's not crooked. Good thing I have extra room, huh? There we go. So now we have here, we're gonna trim, and we're gonna go. Do we have a punch for this? Probably. But honestly, my scissors are right here. So there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side. And I'm going to show you how to do a pop-up banner real quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to not pay attention to your cutting blade at all. And what you're going to do is you're going to figure out a mark so it's even on both sides. So this, my end is at 1 inch, okay? And I'm just going to score it. And then I'm going to move it down like 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to score it. Okay? So far, so good. And then I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to start with my tail at the 1 inch mark, right? Okay? And then I'm going to move it to the 3/4. Okay? What do y'all think of this? I know some of you have seen this before, okay? So now what you're gonna do, and if you wanted to be really particular, I should have scored this way and then flipped it over and done the other, but I wasn't going there. So you fold the inner one down and the outer one up, and then you fold the inner one down and the outer one up, and then you have this nice little, from a side view, top view, you have this nice little pop-up banner that totally works, right? So how you put this on, right? Okay, so first and foremost, before you put it on, I'm gonna glue dot those edges down because I want it to be consistent and not get mushed or torn, okay? So what I'm gonna do is put a glue dot in my crease, maybe, okay? And then I'm going to stick this down. And then that'll come up a little bit when we glue it down. It's no big deal, okay? And then we're going to grab here, throw this down like this, and then we've got this goofy little, right? So now we're gonna grab dimensionals. I've got my border left, which is perfect. Except I don't want it to go completely across. So what I want to do is cut this in half, and I'm actually going to stack it in the middle. So this is going to go here. And then this is going to go here on top, directly on top. So it's too deep, okay? All right. So that's gonna go like this, right? Okay, now I'm gonna put glue dots on both ends. If you want other parts of it to pop up differently, then put dimensionals where you want it to pop up more, but I didn't want it to be huge, like pop up. So, all right, so I'm gonna stick my middle down first. Yeah, should I cover up the blurries? Boy, decisions. I'm going in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this middle down first, and then you're gonna kind of tuck the ends in and stick it down. And that is what that looks like. Kind of a cool concept, right? This needs some bling though. Definitely needs some bling. So I'm gonna grab some rhinestones, and we're just gonna stick them in the middle, maybe of the blurry ones, huh? Not all of them, just a couple. So it'll be, you won't be here till 8, I promise. What time is it? I don't know. I've been busy creating. That's why you gotta do dinner beforehand, right? 7:39, we're doing okay. All right, so there's my 3. If it'll go down correctly. I know what Lisa's already telling me. Where's your piercing tool? Where's your take your pick tool? I always just do my gems with my fingers. I don't know why, but I always have. So I think I'm gonna do 5. Those are blurry. It's okay. This is why you don't drink and craft. Not that I have been, but this is the reason why. Okay, so there's my 1, and I'm gonna grab my mat and my card base, and we're gonna stick all this together. I love it when things come together. I don't know about you. So, okay. And then, because there's always more, right? I'm gonna glue this to this. If you have a hard time because it's popping up, lay it down flat. It's just that simple. Make it work for you. Okay. So that is the finished one. What do y'all think? Other than my blurries, but oh well. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get all these on here, huh? Oh. So, okay. Here, 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 here. Okay, so here's some other ideas for you. If you want, you could fill in the middle of a few of these to make it look more 3D or different, or tie it into the mat, or, you know, whatever you want. So there's that too. Okay? What do y'all think? Do you like? It's a different way of doing cards. It's a little messier, I will be honest. When you're doing the spritzer, when I'm doing a lot of them, I get a cardboard box, like a flatter one that has an edge only maybe so high, and I put a paper towel in the bottom so it absorbs so it doesn't run all over the place, and I stick my paper down there, and then I spritz inside my box so I don't have to worry about where else it's going. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but that's what I do when I have many to do. Not like 1, 2, 3, but I'm talking if I'm doing like 10, 15, 20. If I'm getting ready for craft fairs and I'm doing like some note card packs, that's what I would do, is grab like the lid of a copy paper box is perfect because it's about this high. So you don't want it so high and have to reach down in, because then it just becomes too much of a mess. I don't know, for some reason, for me at least. So alrighty, well, I've talked long enough and kept you long enough. Thank you for joining me tonight on my 16th, and follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Have a great evening and go create. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.